may be genetically susceptible, psychologically susceptible. I understand what it is, but I don't think we should take away cars that can go over 60 miles an hour because some people crash their cars and die. You know what I mean? I feel like I like that gambling exists, and I always wished that it existed back in the day. I was like, it'd be fun. Bet $100 on this or $100 on that. But I don't have the problem. Like, I could see if I came from a family that was torn apart by gambling, you'd go, you know, you don't understand. My dad lost our house. Okay, but that was a bad decision. You know,
So close.
your dad could have died drinking and driving and smashed into a tree. These are bad decisions. You don't have to make bad decisions just because something is tempting you. It's an interesting debate. Because do you nanny state the whole world? Do you think gambling should be illegal? Do you think you should have to go to Vegas for it? That seems kind of crazy. I mean, it's certainly not a black or white issue to me. There's a lot of gray area involved in it. And I know there's a lot of people that push back on the idea of whether these gambling apps and all these different things should be legal and like.
It's the normalization process that bothers me the most. That it's part of the new service.
With the apps.
But it's just put in front of you, whether you're interested in it or not. You know, this team's playing that team, and here's the odds. And
right.
I don't think it's healthy to have that as much of those stats as much part of the actual news report as who's playing and what's on the line.
The thing about it, though, is it does lead you to have debate about, like, here's a perfect example. Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford was going up 2 weight classes. In my mind, though, he's so skillful, I gave him a chance. I was like, I favor him to win, but I believe he was the underdog. Find out what the odds were for the Canelo Alvarez Terrence Crawford fight. I believe he was the underdog, even though he was an undefeated, multi-division world champion, like one of the greatest of all time for sure. But he was jumping up from the 154-pound weight class where he had just won the belt. He was the 147-pound weight class, all the way up to 168. That's a big leap, 14 pounds. And everybody thought Canelo's gonna have too much power. He's gonna be too big. I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think that's correct. What was the odds? What did it say? Yeah, Crawford was the underdog. So not a huge underdog. Plus 135 versus plus
Good
140. Somewhere around there. So it's not huge. Not even 2 to 1. Not even 1.5 to 1. But enough where I was like, I think they're wrong. You know, so it's like it fosters debate. You know, even if you're not gambling, and I didn't gamble on that fight, but I did. I was telling my friends, like, I had a long discussion with a buddy of mine who's a real boxing connoisseur. It's like, Canelo's too big, he hits too hard. Like, that guy doesn't get hit much. Like, I don't think that's as big of a factor as we're thinking. I think it's a skill thing. They're not that different in size. I'm like, I don't think so. And so that odds thing is, to me, exciting. Like, it fosters debate. Like, you start talking about, you know, if it's a game, you start talking about players. Like, he chokes in the outfield, he does this, he does that. This guy, he's always stealing bases. I'm factoring that in. And, you know, the odds become a part of the discussion. But yeah, it is. Ultimately, the problem is,
very good.
First of all, kids are addicted to apps as it is. They use it. They're always on the damn phone. And they'll go from TikTok to Instagram to X to, you know, they'll check this and then they'll check that and they'll check their Snapchat and they'll check the gambling app. And then it's like you're just addicted to this goddamn phone. So something on your phone that's also addicting. It's like addiction on
So we're
top
working
of
here on
addiction.
holding the
You're already getting your little dopamine rush just by looking
and giving the
at
paw,
your phone.
yes, without
But then
jumping
you're also getting a
and giving
gambling
both
rush on
paws.
top of that.
Because he just gets excited, he wants to come up.
But I think we gotta educate people on social media addiction,
No.
which I think is a
So I'm just backing myself and my hands away when he does it.
Totally including me. I spend a large amount of every day scrolling through TikTok for some reason.
And what's your algorithm like? What kind of stuff are you getting?
Yes.
Getting a lot of dating apps at the moment, which is really embarrassing because I'm not on any dating apps. So I'm not sure that the algorithm is fully truthful. I think there's a certain amount of things you just get fed.
Right.
You know,
Especially like a dating
Good.
app, because that's a promotion. You know, they're promoting that.
there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot coming up.
So I just want the
But
one
that's
paw,
the
not all of
problem,
the
isn't it?
paws.
Because the way
Yes,
the algorithm
good.
shows that, pretty much everything that comes up on your phone you have some form of interest in it.
Right.
So that
Off you
gives
go.
look
Good
at
girl.
that,
Good boy.
what you're looking at. I've got to probably got to dial it down a little bit, but I'll be in the bush in a minute. This has been such a crazy
Good.
so
Good
we
job.
finished Nuremberg last year.
Good.
And I went on that big tour, which is when I was here.
Huh?
I came to see you for
Yes. Good boy.
between December and
Good
August.
boy,
I made 5 moves. Wow. And I was on the
Yes.
set for 6.
Good boy.
And
Spit.
so weary.
Yes.
And
Good boy.
no juice. I still
Good
feel
job.
it a little bit actually, man. I've had a little bit of time off. But I
Good
just wanted
job.
some responsibility. I kind of feel like I broke my brain or something. And I'm still trying to recover. And I won't really recover until I get home the next time, as I said before. When I land at home now, I won't know when I'm flying out again. And that is such a relief. Because when you do know when you're flying out again, every day is just counting down. Counting down. You might have 3 weeks, but it doesn't feel like 3 weeks. Because you
Sit pretty.
100% know when
Oh.
you're leaving again.
Mom has to stay on the ground for sit pretty.
I'll get home.
He's
and
just
I'll
learning
have
to balance
2
here.
months and I'll be
Yes.
in the bush and I'll be waking up with the birds.
Good.
And,
Yeah.
hopefully,
Good job.
all those
So he's
things
just
I
using his
did
core
out.
muscles. And sometimes they need to build that up over time. So as he matures, it'll be easier. But the sit pretty, he's getting the hang of. So he's got to go in the sit first. Has to be a proper sit, not bouncing around. And then sit pretty. And then he has to hold
Excited by it. I'm really looking
his
forward
bum
to it.
on the ground
But
there
I was
and
turning up
balance.
to the gym to do my
He's kind of off
console,
camera there. I'll do it.
going to these meetings and everything, but I was empty.
Pretty.
Absolutely empty. And it was just
Good.
the point where I texted my agent and I said, you know what, I maybe need to talk to these guys because I'm not sure if I don't have any juice here. I don't know what I'm going to be bringing. I'm sitting
So
in these meetings
he's
and
balancing
everybody's
his
talking.
paws on my
So
hand.
it's bouncing off my face.
Good. And then we'll just work on him
And
gaining that core strength to be able to do that without balancing. Yes. Because right now, if I take my hand off, he might be able to hold it, but he might also fall.
Henry's injured himself. He's ruptured his Achilles. So
Yeah.
we're going to have to push the film.
Good boy.
Now, I love Henry. I've known him for a long time. I've known him since he was a schoolboy.
Very
And
good.
I met him
Good.
at a place called Stowe
Wait,
School.
down.
I was doing a scene in a movie called Proof of Life, talking to my son in the movie, and in the background, a rugby game is going on. And, we're doing the scene and everything, but I've got my eye on the field. There's one guy on the field
Oh, touch.
who
Yes.
is just displaying he's got a great brain for the game.
Yes.
And as it happens, we finish the scene and they break up the.
Good boy. And then the other trick we're working on is jumping through my. I might have to take my giant sweater off for this. We'll see. Okay, let's see here. So when I'm jumping through,
How do you get into acting until we had this very, very brief conversation with this small by these other kids. A couple of days later, I was doing a present for the kid from that school who played my
good
son.
boy.
Who's a boy called Rowan
Yes.
Henry Kennison.
Good boy. Ideally, we want him at some point clearing that with like a little hop. He's starting to get there. He was like just kind of crawling before. Oops. Jump.
Which was a movie that had not
Jump.
been
Good boy. Jump. Yeah.
to Henry.
Good job.
Journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Russell. Wow. He kept that photograph with him. From wherever he lived, from place to place, and he kept his dream
Good boy.
alive and burning. The next time I see Henry Cavill is in
No.
June, Illinois, the
Nope.
outskirts of Chicago.
So he kind of, I don't want him getting it if he goes around. He's not allowed to go around.
I'm thinking to myself, well, Superman's dead. I reckon that must be Superman over there. Kind of looks like it, So we worked in the gym a week.
Good boy.
And finally one day he comes over,
And then
puts his
when he
hand down and
plays,
starts talking. And I just, at one point,
he's got to do it down here. So you want to wait until he goes down before you praise or reward at all. And then this is an automatic stay, but you can also say stay and walk away. And we're just working on going out of sight.
that Henry is this, Henry was crazy.
That's wild.
Absolutely wild, right? And so now we have this other situation where, he's
Good boy.
kind of in the position of being.
And the other
behind
thing
on
we're working
the
on,
mouse.
okay,
who he wanted
is
to
a leave it
do
behavior, so I'll show you.
I've got one
Here.
option, and you got to get him.
Leave it!
And so, you know,
So if he goes for it, I just
that's
cover.
gonna be a lot of fun when we do it.
And then he just needs to make eye contact with me and I'll feed him. Good boy. So we can do it again. Come over here, bud. You're off the camera. Good boy. Leave it!
Yeah, it was,
Oh my god, that's amazing. What
yeah.
a great story.
and so now we've got, we've got the
Yes,
third
good
stage
boy.
of our connection.
Good job.
And
So that's
when
something
we
you can
get
keep practicing at
to
home. Believe it. It's very
gonna be
cute.
great.
And it's
But
good to
I
do
know it's gonna be
outside.
really, really, because I love him.
I like doing it on walks.
The last thing I wanted
And then
to
when we're coming here, we're doing heel.
pressure
That's just
or
like this
whatever.
heel.
But it was,
Good. And then he needs to do a little sit there.
answered
It's good.
while I'm talking to
And
the
then we say,
director,
let's go.
expressing
And we start
thanks,
walking.
that's
And then when I
terrible.
stop walking, I want him to do a little sit. Like that.
We get to
Good
go on.
boy. Smart cookie.
As I said, it's been,
What a smart
I've
boy.
never done
What a good
that
boy.
individual film.
What a good boy.